Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my RAD power bike, a RADROVER power bike series. And in this episode, what I'm going to do is, as I'm riding around, I've noticed little clicking noises right here. I think this needs to be fine-tuned or adjusted, just like the brakes, just like all other stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the tools that was given to me, and this is kind of interesting. This, on the other side of this, is a Phillips screwdriver here. And so this is part of the toolkit, and so just put the other end. Let's see if I can do this on camera, one-handed. There we go. And just like that, I now have a Phillips screwdriver. So very useful tool. So with this tool, I'm going to try to adjust the derailleur, this thing right here. Let me see if I can get a flashlight on it. Yeah, this thing, this thing right here. This part right here, the derailleur, and I'm gonna see right there these two screws here. If you look at it really closely, which I'm trying to get you a view of it, it actually will say an H and an L on it. I don't know if you can see it. See that? I don't know if you can see it. One says H, the other says L. So I'm going to be adjusting this top one as an H on this chain, this particular chain right here, this one. Forgive me for my, I don't know, I guess you could say it's a redneck setup. I don't know what else to say, but basically this is all I got, and so this is what I'm going to do. If you don't have anything like it, you can do the same or be creative, come up with your own idea. So that's what I'm going to do today, and so wish me luck. Hopefully that sound that's coming back here will go away and I can get a little bit smoother ride. First thing I did was this, most likely right here, this thing right here, this thing right here, this thing, this is some kind of adjustment. It's already pretty tight for me anyway, so when I got it, it's already tight, and so let me see if I could review on that. Maybe not. So it's already tight for me anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and just leave it tight, and I'm going to just go ahead and just adjust that, turning the H screw. So and I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, you can almost see that it's not quite lined up. It's a little over this way too much. So let me line it up. See, it's right. This thing is right. This thing is like over here too much, and I need to line it up. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so what I've done is actually I changed it to the flat tip. The flat tip works a lot better. Just be careful. I'm sorry, the flat tip works a lot better. Just be careful not to strip the screws when you get in there. There you go. I guess you can see that. Not to strip the screws when you get in there. But basically what I've done is this is tightened all the way. I don't think you can loosen it, but if you want to, I guess you can undo this, but I'm going to leave it on there. I think it's just needs just the adjustment. Just my personal opinion. I've done some research on this, and I'm going to do my best in trying to get this done right. I may have to change the angle on this bike. Hold on. Actually, never mind. I'm just going to go ahead and it's going to be a lot more work since I'm already set up here. So I'm going to turn the wheel, and I want you to hear this clicking. You could hear that? You could hear the clicking? So I adjusted it just so enough it clicks, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep turning the wheel, and I'm going to basically adjust it while I'm turning the wheel until it stops clicking and sounds like there's no more clicking and it's in line with the with whatever the gear it's in. So let me do that real quick. Alright, so basically let me turn it and you won't hear the clicking anymore. There you go. And it is lined up. It is lined up right on that gear as well. It is really lined up. I'll try to do it here while I'm turning. Alright, so you can see it's lined up. Okay, and so after that, I'm just going to go and shift. I'm going to go shift through all the gears, and I'm going to hear for that noise, the little word clicking noise, and then adjust it as I go up the gear. And then once I get up to the finish doing that, I'm going to set the L gear, which is this bottom one right here. I'm going to set that one up, and that should be for the biggest cog right here. Alright, so let me do that. Alright, so I switched up to actually no, I didn't even switch up to the next gear. It's trying to switch up to the next gear. So let me see if I can just loosen this or tighten this. Sounds like it's struggling. Still struggling. There we go. Okay. So after you set that first gear, use this adjuster to get it onto the second part. So it's on the second gear now. Okay, excellent. And I'm not hearing anything, and it looks like it's aligned. I may have to check it. Yeah, it looks very aligned. So let me try the other gears and see how that goes. And while I'm going up the other gears, I'm going to adjust this part right here, up and left and right, whatever it takes. All right, that's it. I've gone through all the gears, and yeah, they don't make any noise. I fine-tuned it here. I'm going to leave it right at this position. The only thing for me to do now is to, let me see here, is to set the L position right here. This one right here, to set the L position, and that's going to be right up here on the. It's going to be the highest gear, but from what I understand, you go to your lowest gear, and then wait until and push it up against the highest gear on this adjustment right here, and wait for it to make some noise, and then back off on that, and then put it up here, and then back up on that too. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to the second highest, adjust the L position until it's almost trying to ride up on the highest cog or highest gear. So let me do that. Okay, so it pretty much went almost all the way in, but this is what I'm talking about. You know, you're on the second highest gear. This is the highest gear right here. So So that's the highest, second highest, and you could hear it rubbing against the highest gear. Yeah, you kind of hear the chain rubbing against the highest gear. So what I want to do is I want to then back off on that and make it until there's no sound, and then I've set the L limit to this, and then I'll go through the gears on that and adjust it. So hold on, let me do that. All right, excellent. I'm pretty much done. I'm satisfied. I've pretty much set the L limit here, and I have it on the top gear, and it works great. And the shifting sounds a lot better, and I think it's a lot better. It's fine-tuned, it seems like, because I was hearing the chain rub against the other cogs here, and it seemed like it was out of line. And as I look at the chain, it's lined up. Now it looks like they're all lined up. So I'll go through it and I'll write it around, and I'll check it out. But this pretty much concludes this episode. Again, I just used the flathead, but the toolkit comes with, looks like, everything you need. I didn't have to pull on the whatever this is, on this wire. I didn't have to pull on that and readjust it. I just adjusted it through this thing right here. And so I guess every now and then I'll check on it. But so far I'll give it a ride. But this concludes this episode on adjusting the derailleur. So I think I'm almost fine-tuning. It's pretty much this bike is almost tuned. It takes a little bit of work, but the bike takes a little bit of work out of the box. But I think with some education and simple knowledge, and obviously the toolkit, everything you need, you don't have to buy tools. I probably may or may not true the wheels or not, I'm not sure. But right now it's not a problem for me. Until it is, I guess I'll make another video on it. So please like, dislike, leave a comment after the video, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned. Bye.